Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to McAtee's Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. Boys, it is finally spooky season, and we are coming out the Halloween gate swinging with yet another gory story from the pages of Marvel Zombies. In our last and very long video of this series, we covered the full tale of none other than Ash Williams in his Evil Dead crossover with the zombie heroes. I will have that video linked in the title card and the description below. Sorry to keep you guys waiting on this one, but we will finally be covering the entire legend of the deltoid-eating doctor himself, Zombie Doctor Doom. No, not even the armor-clad Fantastic Four villain was safe from the deadly alien virus that turned him and the majority of villains and heroes from his world into flesh-eating beasts. His story is a crazy one, so without further ado, get out your finest green cape, sit back, relax, and enjoy the full gory story of Zombie Doctor Doom. Who is he? Zombie Doctor Doom was one of the many infected beings of his Earth that was transformed into a hungry but still sentient undead zombie. He made his first appearance in the pages of Marvel Zombies issue 2 back in 2006. He comes from Earth 2149, but his origins prior to the outbreak was very similar to the one we all know and love from the central Marvel Earth of Dimension 616. Things quickly deviated from that timeline though one fateful day when Ash Williams from the Evil Dead films found himself teleported to this world after being smacked there by a zombie version of the hero called the Sentry at the gates of heaven. Having been given a prophecy that this world would soon fall, Ash went to warn the Avengers, but their egos were bigger than their muscles, and they thought the guy was crazy, where they had him taken to the authorities. Not long after, the heroes were forced to eat a huge slice of humble pie when they went to answer a distress call, which ended up being the zombie sentry that Ash had encountered from before. The hungry lad then woke up and attacked his homies, infecting them with the zombie virus. Almost immediately, the once noble Avengers then turned into cannibals with an appetite even greater than Jeffrey Dahmer when they began devouring every New York citizen in sight. Other heroes would try to stop the monsters, but the power of the hunger was too great, and they were either killed or infected themselves. Nick Fury would try to mount an assault on the undead with the remaining heroes left, tasking Reed Richards with finding a cure. However, Reed's sanity would quickly slip away after his children were devoured by a zombified She-Hulk. He would come to believe that the virus was the next step in evolution, where he infected himself and his fellow Fantastic Four members. The infection would then spread throughout the Earth, leaving most of the world's heroes violent savages. Ash, managing to survive not getting turned into a metal-armed kebab, teamed up with the likes of the X-Men Dazzler and Scarlet Witch, where they made their way to Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. Here they hoped to find the evil living book called the Necronomicon that Ash believed held the answer to stopping the plague. Tearing through the library faster than a nerd kid in the 90s, the trio found some of the Necronomicon's fellow demon book buddies who told them that the true Necronomicon lied in Dr. Doom's fortress in Latveria. The heroes then managed to get their hands on the Avengers Quinjet, where they set out for their cozy European getaway to Doom's castle. Upon arrival though, they would discover that things were not all that cozy, as the castle was under attack by a horde of zombie supers. Our boy Victor had certainly been watching up on his Doomsday Prep videos though, for his fortress was near impenetrable and came with mounted rockets powerful enough to pierce the skin of Zombie Goliath, which blew the dude to Kingdom Come. Honestly, that is awesome. Dr. Doom is basically living in an Imaginext castle from the 90s, and I'm totally here for it. After a rather rough first encounter with the Tin Man, Ash tried to explain to him that they needed the Necronomicon from his library so they could end this threat. Doom, in his infinite wisdom, told Ash that this would not work, as the Necronomicon could only solve magical-based outbreaks, while this one was alien in nature. Our man revealed to the group that he was harboring a large number of survivors within the facility, and that he and his scientists had constructed a portal that would lead them all to safety in another dimension. Not taking no for an answer, Ash believed there was still time to save the day by getting the book, but they were sadly mistaken, as the other zombies had managed to reprogram the X-Men computer Cerebro, which led them to the castle. Faced with an entire hungry legion outside, Doom knew even his state-of-the-art walls had its limits, and went to make his way to the teleporter, only to have a run-in with zombie Reed Richards, who was more than delighted to sink his stretchy teeth into his long-term foe. While Doom was getting brutally assaulted by zombie Laffy Taffy, Ash snuck into the library and grabbed the Necronomicon, where he planned to use its power. But as predicted, Doom was correct that the virus was alien in nature, thus the book's magical power could not help. Turning zombie lemons into zombie lemonade, Ash did the next best thing and used the book's power to summon an army of Deadites that went to war with the Hungry Supers, while a mortally wounded Doom used the last of his humanity to lead the remaining humans to safety through the portal. With his hunger quickly taking over, Doom, being the savage that he was, kept the temptation at bay and allowed Ash to escape as well. Once everyone was through, Victor used his power to destroy the device, locking the lads in this world to starve. Not cool with the Num-Nums getting away, Zombie Thing took out his frustration on Doom by beating the snot out of him as his zombie infection fully took over. With Doom now fully zombified, he and the others would pick the rest of the Earth clean, leaving them without many meaty options left. Eventually, they would come face to face with the world conqueror himself, Galactus, who came to devour the Earth like a giant cookie. While being no match at all for the Titan, Doom and his homies still tried their best to take the dude down, only to get wrecked by the giant laser beams that flew out of his fingertips. Honestly guys, I respect your bravery. You got guts, and I'm sure you want to eat some guts too. Seemingly unstoppable, Galactus's Achilles heel was soon discovered after a group of zombies got cosmic powers from eating the Silver Surfer, and then combined them into one focused beam that sent the big man toppling over in pain. Coming out of hiding, Zombie Doom and his band of undead moochers came out for some lunch, only to get halted by the Cosmic Avengers, who claimed this hunt for their own. Still not going down without a fight, Doom and the rest went to war over the grub with the heroes, only to get sliced, diced, and evaporated by the OP savages. Rest in peace, Doom. You should be on a beach getting on a tan in your nice tin suit, but no, you chose to be the big man and save the rest of humanity. Let's press a big ol' F in the comments for Dr. Doom Boys. While this Doom would meet his end, his legacy would live on in another world as a direct result of this one's actions. Coming back to the moment when Victor destroyed the portal, it turns out that zombie Reed Richards had actually used his decaying, but still brilliant brain to repair the device, and was able to use it to communicate with a younger variant of himself from the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Posing as a nice, friendly, non-zombie version of his counterpart, Zombie Reed tricked young Reed into opening the bridge between their worlds. Making his way through, young Reed quickly realized he was catfished worse than most of your Tinder dates when he came across the zombie Fantastic Four. Barely escaping with his life, the Frightful Four left the young man to die as they used their time to get through the open portal, making their way to the Ultimate Universe. However, a quick-thinking Ultimate Fantastic Four was able to subdue the zombies, locking them in the Baxter building. With the help of Magneto, they were able to get their Reed back from the Zombieverse, where they then worked on what to do with these new, very hungry prisoners. While they tried their best to reform them, Zombie Reed had no intention of going back to the light, and very calmly and creepily told them that they would eventually escape and kill them all. After a series of unfortunate events, Ultimate Johnny Storm would then get infected with an alien parasite that none of the best minds on Earth seem to be able to cure. Without any options left to save their friend, the Fantastic Four then decided to head to this world's Latveria, where they consulted with Dr. Doom on how he could help. With their prison wardens out of town, the zombie Fantastic Four were then able to trick the guards into coming into their cell, where they completely devoured them. Now free, the Baxter building then went into automatic lockdown, but this is just what Zombie Reed wanted, as he then used the peace and quiet to make his way to the teleporter, where he then used it to contact the Zombieverse and planned to bring his hungry friends into this world to start the feast all over again. Cutting back to Latveria, Doom reveals that the alien parasite was actually sent by him to infect Johnny and was his plan all along. No hard feelings. He tells Reed that the only way he will fix things for the two is for them to switch bodies, so Reed can suffer in his, and he can ruin Reed's life in his. Having no options left, Reed agrees, where Doom, in Reed's body, heads back to the Baxter building to first expel the parasite and then make his move on the zombies. Getting a creepy summoning circle set up, complete with candles, Doom speaks the incantation to expel the demon alien, but instead of sending it back to where it came from, it was free on this Earth and sought a powerful host alternative. This alternative just so happened to be the physical body of Doom, who, just happened to be controlled by Reed at the time. Using his free time in Doom's library to study up on how to defeat his necrotic variants, Reed Doom then stormed into the building Terminator style, where he then ripped off the thing's arm and beat him to death with it, used his magic to decay Sue Storm's flesh into dust, and filled Zombie Reed's head with millions of maggots that ate him alive. Just another Sunday for Dr. Doom. No big deal. With the portal open, Reed Doom gathered the corpses of the Zombie Four and tossed them through. Knowing that the alien parasite inside of him would destroy their world, Reed planned to go through to the Zombieverse to sacrifice himself and save his dimension. Not about to let his rival take all the credit for saving the day, Doom Reed then cancelled the spell, causing their bodies to switch back. Doom, back in his shiny body, then went through to the Zombieverse, where he stumbled across the cosmic zombies who were just polishing off the remains of Galactus. Upon smelling the sweet flesh of the still living victor, the gang lunged after the foe, who claimed that this at least would be a worthy challenge of his powers. The heroes then clashed, leaving the fate of Ultimate Doom unknown for the time being. And that is the full gory story of Zombie Dr. Doom. This certainly was a wild one, full of magic, dimensions, and most importantly fashionable capes, and I absolutely loved it. Dr. Doom is such a cool villain, and getting to see him take a heroic role like this in the apocalypse is awesome to see. While the Fantastic Four movie is currently in the works, there is no word just yet on official casting of Dr. Doom. Whoever is cast though, I hope one day we get to see Doom and all his zombie slaying glory in a future season of the upcoming Marvel Zombies TV show. There have been rumors that Giancarlo Esposito may play him, and the thought of him in that iconic voice slaying the undead would be the greatest gift to us nerds. It would be truly awesome. More than anything, I want to hear what you think. Did you know this about Zombie Dr. Doom? Was there something I missed? What other stories would you like to see us cover? Sound off in the comments. Also be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed today's content, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon to be notified of all of our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the music in this video, it was all made by my boy Ognihs. You can check out his Spotify in the link below. You can also check out our Patreon, also in the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are awesome and loved. God bless, and I will see you in the next one.